Jennifer Arnold and Bill Klein, stars of The Little Couple, are officially divorced. And if that wasn't enough, there's more. Bill was arrested, and Jennifer just announced that she's pregnant. Yes, all of that is true. 3 major updates in the lives of 2 people many of us have followed for years. But before we get into it, I want to say this: Jen and Bill have always tried to keep their personal lives private. They are real people, with real feelings, and 2 amazing kids. So let's talk about all this with kindness. Let's start with the divorce. Jen and Bill met as kids while being treated for skeletal dysplasia. Years later, they reconnected in their 20s, started dating, and got married in 2008 in Florida. That wedding was featured in a TLC special, and soon after, The Little Couple became a hit. For 14 seasons, fans watched them build a life together. They adopted their son Will from China in 2013, and later that same year, their daughter Zoey from India. They moved several times: Florida, Texas, back to Florida, and then to Boston in 2022 when Jen took a major job at Boston Children's Hospital and Harvard Medical School. From the outside, everything seemed perfect. Jen is a respected doctor. Bill runs businesses like Rocky and Maggie's Pet Store, and together, they were raising 2 beautiful children. But reality TV doesn't always show the full story. According to people close to them, things began to change around 2020 after their show ended. Without the cameras, they had to face issues they hadn't fully dealt with. One friend said the end of filming was a wake-up call. Suddenly, all the small problems that had been easy to ignore started piling up. The move to Boston played a big role too. Jen's job was a dream come true, but it meant leaving behind their life in Florida. Bill supported the decision, but it wasn't easy on him. His businesses were in Florida, the kids were settled, and he missed their community. Jen was thriving, but Bill felt out of place. There were other stresses too: raising kids with medical needs, juggling careers, and dealing with the pressure of being public figures. Fans remember Jen's cancer battle in 2013. She beat stage 4 choriocarcinoma, and Bill was by her side the entire time. But afterward, their dynamic shifted. Jen wanted to move forward, new goals, new energy. Bill wanted to slow down and enjoy life more. By early 2024, fans began to notice something was off. Jen and Bill weren't posting together as often. Jen shared work news and photos with the kids, while Bill focused more on his solo projects. In February, Jen did an Instagram live and told fans everything was fine, just busy. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. We've seen the court documents. Jen filed for divorce in March 2024 in Boston, citing irreconcilable differences. The process was quiet and respectful. They finalized the divorce on August 3, 2025. They agreed to joint custody of Will and Zoey and split their assets fairly. It wasn't a bitter fight. They used mediators, stayed calm, and put the kids first. In a joint statement, they said this: "After 15 incredible years, we've made the difficult decision to end our marriage. This hasn't been easy, but it's what's right for us and our family. We're committed to co-parenting Will and Zoey and maintaining a friendship. Please respect our privacy during this time." Fans had strong reactions. Some were heartbroken, saying it felt like losing part of their childhood. Others said they saw it coming: the move, the social media distance. But one thing is clear: there's still a lot of love and support for both Jen and Bill. So what happens next? Both of them are staying in Boston for now, living just a few miles apart. They are focused on their kids. Jen is continuing her work in medicine. Bill's putting more time into his businesses. One neighbor said you wouldn't even know they were divorced. They still show up to school events together and get along well. It's all about keeping things normal for Will and Zoey. But the story doesn't end there. Just 3 days after the divorce was finalized, Bill was arrested in Boston. And yes, it's shocking. The same Bill we all know as calm, funny, and down-to-earth. Details about the arrest are still coming out, and we'll get into that next. Oh, and about that pregnancy announcement from Jen. Stay tuned. There's more to explain there too. Supportive dad and husband now has a mug shot. Let's dig into what happened, and what it means for him and the family. It all went down on August 3, 2025 at a restaurant called the Seaport Grill in Boston Seaport District. Bill was out with a couple of buddies. Nothing unusual, just a guy's night. According to witnesses, things were chill until around 9:00 p.m. when an argument broke out at their table. I was a few tables over and it started getting loud. Bill was talking to this other guy, someone not in his group, and it sounded like they knew each other. Next thing I know, they're standing up, yelling, and then it got physical. Police reports say the altercation started over a personal disagreement. The other man, identified only as a 38-year-old Boston resident, allegedly shoved Bill first. Bill pushed back and, in the chaos, a glass got knocked over and shattered. That's when staff called the cops. When officers arrived, they found Bill and the other guy still arguing outside the restaurant. Both were detained, but only Bill was arrested, charged with disorderly conduct and misdemeanor assault. The other man wasn't charged, possibly because he didn't throw the first punch. Though details are still fuzzy, it wasn't a huge brawl or anything, just two guys who lost their cool. Bill didn't seem drunk, just upset. The police sorted it out pretty fast. Bill was booked at the local precinct, spent a few hours in custody, and was released on $500 bail around 2 a.m. He's got a court date set for next month, and that's when we'll likely hear more. Bill's legal team wasted no time jumping in. In a statement released yesterday, his attorney said, Mr. Klein was involved in an unfortunate incident where he was provoked and acted in self-defense. We're confident that the facts will clear his name, and we ask for patience and privacy as this moves through the legal system. Friends of Bill back this up, saying he's not the type to start trouble. Bill's the last person you expect to see in handcuffs. Whatever happened, I'd bet my life he didn't instigate it. He's been under a lot of stress lately. Maybe that played into it. Divorce can shake up your whole world, your identity, your routine, your sense of control. For someone like Bill, who's always been the steady one, that kind of upheaval could lead to a moment of bad judgment. Add in the public scrutiny, the move to Boston, and the pressure of co-parenting, and it's easy to see how Bill might have been on edge. Still, fans are struggling to wrap their heads around it. Fan 1 comment, Bill arrested? No way. He's too chill for that. Something's off here. Fan 1 comment, this makes me so sad. Bill's always been the good guy. Hope his okay. The bigger concern now is how this affects Will and Zoey. JYN and Bill's custody agreement hinges on both of them providing a safe, stable environment. An arrest, even a minor one, could prompt a judge to take a second look. It's not automatic that this changes custody, but if Jen's lawyers push it, they could argue Bill's behavior shows instability. That said, it's a low-level charge, and Bill's got no priors, so it might not go anywhere. For now, Bill's keeping a low profile. He was spotted yesterday picking Zoey up from dance class, looking tired, but managing a smile for her. Sources say he's focused on damage control, both legally and personally. Bill's beating himself up over this. He knows it's a bad look, especially for the kids. He just wants to put it behind him and get back to normal. But normal's a long way off because while Bill's dealing with this mess, JYN dropped a bombshell that's turning heads everywhere. Okay, if you thought the divorce and arrest were big, hold on to your hats because Jennifer Arnold just announced she's pregnant. Yep, JYN's expecting her third child. And this twist has fans buzzing with excitement and a whole lot of questions. Let's unpack it. JYN broke the news this morning on Instagram, posting a sweet photo of herself with Will and Zoey. She's got this radiant smile, one hand resting on a tiny baby bump, and the caption reads, Jennifer Arnold. Sometimes life surprises you in the best ways. I'm so excited to share that I'm pregnant with my third child. Will and Zoey can't wait to be big siblings again, and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude for the support of my family and friends. Here's to new beginnings. The post's already racked up thousands of likes and comments. Fans are losing it in the best way, but it's also raising eyebrows because this comes right on the heels of the divorce and Bill's arrest. So, what's the story here? JYN didn't say much beyond the announcement. No due date, no details about the father, just that she's thrilled and the kids are on board. Sources close to her, though, are filling in some blanks. JYN found out a couple months ago, and it was a total shock, but a happy one. She's about 14 weeks along, feeling great, and the kids are over the moon. They are already picking out baby names. 14 weeks puts her due date around April next year. And at 50 years old, this is what doctors call a geriatric pregnancy. Higher risk, but not impossible, especially with Jen's medical background. She's got top-notch care at Boston Children's, and her team's keeping a close eye on her. Doctor says JYN's in excellent health, and she knows what she's doing. She's had challenges with fertility before, but this pregnancy is going smoothly so Fa. She's optimistic and proactive. Cold and ask for a better patient. Here's where it gets juicy. JYN hasn't said who the father is. No hints, no tags, nothing. Fans are speculating like crazy. Some think it's someone she met in Boston. Maybe a colleague or a friend from her new life there. Others wonder if it's someone from her past pre-divorce. Jen's keeping it locked down and sources say that's on purpose. She's not ready to go public with that part yet. It's a new relationship and she wants to protect it and him from the spotlight. All she'll say is she's happy and he's supportive. What about Bill? Did he know? Turns out yes. Jen told him before the announcement and his handling it like a champ. Bill was surprised, sure, but he's not bitter. He told JYN he's happy for her, and he means it. They are in a good place as co-parents, and he's not going to let this shape that. For JYN, this pregnancy's a light in the dark. After the divorce, she threw herself into work and the kids, but this feels like a fresh start. In a follow-up post, she wrote, Jennifer Arnold, this baby is proof that life keeps moving forward. I've got my work, my kids, and now this little one on the way. I'm blessed beyond words. Fans are eating it up. Fan. Comment. JYN's pregnant. This is the best news ever. She deserves this. Happiness. A new baby for JYN. I'm crying happy tears. She's so strong. Of course, Jen's health history looms large. Her cancer fight in 2013 came after a molar pregnancy went wrong, and she's been open about how tough that was. Physically and emotionally. Could that complicate things? Now, experts say. She's in the clear, but needs to be cautious. Jen's cancer was treated successfully, and there's no evidence. It's a factor here. But at her age, and with her medical past, she's high risk. She's got the best care, though. She'll be fine. Jen's leaning on her support system. Friends, family, and her team at work. Will and Zoey are her cheerleaders. Already planning how they'll help with the baby. It's a beautiful twist in a tough year. At the center of all this are Will and Zoey -11 and 10 years old, growing up fast, and now dealing with a divorce, an arrest, and a new sibling on the way. How are they holding up? Let's talk about it. Will and Zoey have been through a lot already, adopted from tough starts in China and India, adjusting to life with dwarfism, and growing up on TV. Jen and Bill have always shielded them from the hard stuff, but this year's been a test. The kids are tough. They've had to be. The divorce was a blow, but Jen and Bill explained it in a way they could understand. Mom and Dad still love you. We're just living in different houses. Now, they're adapting. Bill's arrest, though, that's trickier. It didn't make big headlines, thankfully. But kids talk, and Will and Zoey go to school with peers who might have heard. They are sweet kids and they've been okay at school. If they are upset, they are hiding it. Well, Jen's been in touch with us to make sure they are supported. The pregnancy's the silver lining. Sources say Will and Zoey are thrilled. Will wants a brother. Zoey's hoping for his sister, and it's giving them something to look forward to. Jen and Bill are pros at co-parenting so far. Splitting time, coordinating activities, showing up together when it counts. But Bill's legal trouble could shake that up, and Jen's pregnancy adds another layer. The kids need stability, and Jen and Bill are giving them that. But if Bill's court case drags on, or if Jen's pregnancy shifts her focus, it could get messy. Communication's key. For now, they are making it work. Jen's got the kids most weekdays. Bill takes weekends. They are keeping routines tight. School, dance for Zoey, soccer for Will, and talking constantly to stay on the same page. Will and Zoey's resilience is what shines through. They got two parents who adore them and a community rooting for them. Jen's pregnancy might just be the glue that holds this new family dynamic together. So, what's next for JYN and Bill? They are not slowing down. Jen's got her career and a baby on the way. Bill's fighting his legal battle and running his businesses. Here is where they are headed. JYN's killing it at Boston Children's. Her simulation program's a game changer. Training doctors worldwide. The pregnancy is a curveball, but she's planning maternity leave and leaning on her team. JYN's a rock star at work. She'll juggle this like she juggles everything with grace and grit. Could we see her back on TV? Fans are begging for a little couple reboot. And with all this drama, TLC's probably listening.